From the Steel Valley Soccer Studios in Boardman, Ohio, with Dan Conley, Tim Walsh, and Chris Platten, this is Pitchmen.
Tim Walsh, Dan Conley, part 2 of our bracket challenge. We're looking at the girls' side. Dan, what have you noticed throughout the year that might be other people don't know about?
Yeah, I think this year specifically the girls' side, I think there's been some teams that we thought were going to be very good, mainly like in the Division 3s that ended up not being as good as they were. But I think there's 3 teams in girls, maybe a little bit 4, that have a legitimately great shot and not only winning district, but making some noise past that point.
Yeah, no girls team has ever made it past a regional final, never into the state tourney, the Final Four. This year might be the case. We say that every year, but wishful thinking on our part.
Yeah, we're speaking into existence.
Right. So let's go right into it. Girls Division 2, Northeast 1. I mean, there's only a couple games, so we're going to through these Division 2 ones very quickly. Uniontown Lake, the 16 seed, versus Shaker Heights, the 25.
That's Uniontown Lake.
Lake it is. So Lake versus number 4, Twinsburg.
Twinsburg just pencil them all the way over.
I agree. North Canton Hoover, the 18 seed, versus North Ridgeville, the 12.
North Ridgeville.
Twinsburg, Ridgeville.
Twinsburg. They're always a juggernaut.
And on both sides.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Twinsburg. And we agree. I'm skipping one. We're going to go. All right, girls Northeast 3, Division 2. We got Highland versus Akron Firestone Community Learning Center.
Highland
ends up playing Harding, the 23 seed, to go to the district final.
Do you notice something in this bracket, Tim?
Yeah, I know that Highland's going to win this one.
Yeah, no, there's 2 number 23 seeds.
I did not notice that, but I think that might be a typo and or a 24 seed or 28 seed. But Cleveland Heights, the other 23 seed versus Maslin Perry, the 11 seed. Who do you got?
Yeah, Maslin Perry.
And then Maslin Perry, 11 versus 3, Highland.
Highland all the way.
Highland it is. Rapid fire these Division 2s. Division 2, Northeast 4, Dan.
Yep.
We have Mayfield, the 7 seed, versus Austintown Fitch, who's been on a pretty big roll to end the season. But they're the 19 seed.
Mayfield's is a good team. Fitch through 3/4 of the year were struggling trying to find their way, and they may have righted the ship at the right time of the year. With all that being said, I believe Mayfield's going to come away with the win. I think Mayfield beat them earlier in the year.
Mayfield it is. Amherst Steel, the 8 seed, versus Eastlake North, the 26th.
Amherst Steel.
So we have the 8 seed Steel versus the 7 seed Mayfield. Who do you got, Dan?
I'm just going to take chalk at this one. I'm going to say Mayfield.
And we're going to disagree. Let's go to the tape.
Time for a game breakdown.
Steel is 10-3-3, with their only losses being Twinsburg, a very close 3-2, Olmsted Falls 3-0, and Brunswick 2-0. They tied North Ridgeville. They tied Mayfield. They beat Westlake, Wadsworth, North Olmsted. They beat them 6-0. Clay, Bexley. I feel like they're Midview. They beat 1-0. I think this is a very defensive-laden team, not letting in a lot of goals. What do you got on the other side?
Yeah, they tied each other when they played each other earlier. Mayfield came in, finished the year 11-1-3. They tied Westlake. Their only losses, the Solon 5-0. They tied Green. They beat Mentor. They beat Riverside. They beat Mid Park. They beat Hathaway Brown. They beat Kenston, Nordonia, Chardon. But I think you swayed me with some of Steel's with their schedule.
And I think they only have let in about 15 goals on the season.
Yeah, so I'm gonna join you. I'm gonna say Steel as well.
Steel it is. Wheels of Steel. All right, we are done with Division 2, but we're gonna go right into Division 3 since there's only a couple there. We're gonna power through, not get our first commercial break 4 minutes into this. So we're gonna go Division 3 Northeast 1. And this is an interesting one, Dan. This is one where I couldn't even pick. I didn't even have my prediction to begin with to even argue about it. So we'll get there. Buckeye, the 6 seed, versus Barberton Magics, the 41 seed.
Yeah, Buckeye it is.
CVCA, the Cuyahoga Falls Christian Academy.
CVCA.
17 seed versus Geneva, the 36.
Yep, CVCA. Sorry.
Yep. We're going to skip one. We're going to go down. Aurora, the
8th.
8th, thank you. Versus Talmadge, the 38th. Easy enough.
Aurora. Yeah, Aurora.
Then we get to the 12 seed versus the 15 seed. Campfield versus Howland.
This is
Big first
this is a
round game.
bold move, Cotton, I should say. I am floored, but I like the cojones of Coach Mitchell picking to go against Campfield round 1. I think both of these teams have. I mean, Campfield won the AAC, I should say.
Mhm.
I think Howland had a little bit more of a down year than we were expecting. They had some injuries that aided in that as well.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I feel like Howland's more the way their team's built is better for the playoffs, but in my mind, I just can't pick against Campfield in the first round.
I was stuck until I just started looking at it with you, Dan. How have you ever seen a team beat their biggest rival 3 times in the same season?
That is so hard to do.
That
So hard to do.
Beating them twice is difficult. 3 times. And so you said Coach Greg Mitchell, he picked this. Campfield was there, and they said, I want to go here. He could have went somewhere else on this list. He wanted to play at Campfield. And I think for 2 reasons. To avenge some losses, and he thinks that his team has a very good shot at winning a game.
Mm-hmm.
So if they win, genius move, right? If they lose 3 times in the same season to their biggest rival, wow.
Yeah, because even if they win, you're going to be playing Aurora the next round, which is a very, very, very tough matchup. It's not like one of those times where you kind of like pick a tough one the first round in hopes the second round is going to be a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
This pick seemed personal for sure. And I kind of like it. Oh, man, you're swaying me. Beating a team 3 times in 1 year, and there were 1-goal games the first 2.
Mm-hmm. And they were up, I want to say either 2 or 3-0 in that second game.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Howland. What do you think?
I'm still leaning Campfield, but I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go with Howland.
We're going to put a star next to it, being that
Yeah.
it was too close. We really have to figure that one out. But Buckeye,
I don't want to pick one there.
No, that's the thing. You're like, I could see this going either way. This is 100% a toss-up. But beating a team 3 times in the same season is almost impossible. I'm going to go with the math on this one. I'm going to say Howland. So Buckeye versus CVCA.
Yeah, Buckeye.
Aurora, Howland.
Aurora,
unfortunately, that's the end of their run. And then Buckeye versus Aurora. Buckeye the 6 versus the 8.
That's going to be Buckeye.
Yeah, Buckeye for me as well.
I'm going to put one caveat in here.
What's that?
I think Howland going at Campfield, I'm not going to say that's going to be the Super Bowl. If they win that game, that's going to be a big emotional game.
Yeah.
And what normally happens after a big emotional game is an emotional letdown. I think Campfield, if they beat Howland, they beat Aurora, and they play Buckeye in the district final. I don't think they get past Buckeye, but I think if Campfield beats Howland, they beat Aurora, and they get to the district final. But if Howland wins, I think they're going to have like a downturn, and Aurora's going to beat them.
I'm making a note of it right now. If you're right, we're going to post that as a genius decision. But Buckeye also my favorite wedding cookie. So next one up, we're still in Division 3. We have 2 more to do in Division 3, and we're going to go to our first commercial break. So let's go Division 3, Northeast 2. Yep. This one has a little bit of interesting stuff going on, but it's the way I think it should be. They have 3 games, and then the number 2 seed has a bye, so that's perfect. So Holy Name, the 28 seed, versus Midview, the 32 seed.
Yeah, we're going to go Holy Name.
Holy Name. Notre Dame Cathedral Latine versus Boardman. That's the 12 versus the 35.
Yeah, we're going to go NDCL.
Sorry, Boardman. Same, I agree. Streetsboro, the 16 versus Shaker Heights. Laurel, the 25.
Yeah, I'm going to go Streetsboro here.
Streetsboro, because they had a pretty good run a couple years ago as well.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately for all of these, Bay Village, the number 2 seed against Holy Name.
That's Bay.
Streetsboro, NDCL.
I'm going to say NDCL.
I'm gonna switch to yours. I agree with you. And then the winner,
Bay Village. And you could tell by the seeds that are not in here that everyone tried to avoid Bay Village.
Like, what was the next lowest? 13.
13, yeah.
Yeah, that's not comforting for them. All right, last one in Division 3 before we go to our first commercial break. Rocky River, the 4 versus Youngstown Ursuline, the 40.
Where are we at here?
I keep doing that to you, Dan. I'm sorry. Girls Division 3 Northeast 6.
All right. Yeah, Rocky River.
Rocky River over Ursuline. Avon Lake, the 18 versus Westlake, the 20.
I'm going to say, no, I'm going to stick with Avon Lake. I was going to go Westlake, but I'm going to stick to Avon Lake.
It's one of those things where maybe the seeding didn't get it right. Maybe one is better, but that's what we're going with. Field, the 34 versus Kenston, the 11.
Yeah, Kenston.
Ashtabula Lakeside, the 42nd seed versus Rocky River, the 4th.
Yeah, this will be over before halftime.
Absolutely. Avon Lake versus Kenston.
Kenston.
I also have Kenston. Kenston versus Rocky River.
Rocky River it is.
Rocky River. And that brings us to our first commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Did you miss the last Youngstown Phantoms hockey game? Catch up with the Dump and Chase podcast.
He's a pretty big guy, and he was the only one with hair. I am, of course, talking about assistant coach Brandon Goggins.
Thank you so much for all your support. It's great, the stuff that you guys do and how much coverage you bring. I know we appreciate it a lot as a coaching staff, and our guys really appreciate it. So thank you so much for putting all this hard work in.
The Dump and Chase podcast, Wednesdays at 5, right here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One network.
All right, now that we're back, we're going to Division 4 East 1 with Beaver Local, the number 1 seed, going up against Edison, the 15.
Beaver Local.
Riverview, the 10. Carrollton, the 12.
Part of me says Carrollton, but I'm going to say Rocky Riverview.
I'm going to say Riverview. I want to say I looked this one up, and Carrollton's having a bit of a rough season.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan Falls Philo, the 4 seed, versus Caddis Harrison Central, the 14.
Yeah, Duncan Falls.
Philo it is. West Holmes, the 6 seed, versus East Liverpool, the 11 seed.
Yeah, sorry, East Liverpool. I do believe West Holmes is going to come away with through there.
Elementary, my dear Watson. Beaver Local versus Riverview.
Beaver Local.
I think that game's going to be a little bit closer, but I do think Beaver comes out with the win. Philo and West Holmes.
We're going to go Philo.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
Time for a game breakdown.
All right, for Philo, they are the Electrics. They were 9-5-2 on the year. They got a win against Carrollton 3-1. They beat Conshohocken 5-3. They tied Steubenville 6-6. They beat Morgan. That's a 0, 20-0.
Oh my God.
they lost to West Muskegon 4-2. Riverview they tied. John Glenn they lost. Athens they lost. Tri-Valley they lost. So,
all right. So you say John Glenn?
Yeah, John Glenn they lost 1-0.
Okay, because Holmes lost 4-1 to them, and then you had another one, Conshohocken.
Yeah, they beat Conshohocken 5-3.
All right, so this one was 6-2. So I think I'm going to lean your way, Dan. I think Philo, the higher seed, is going to get him there. But then Philo against Beaver Local. Who do you got, Dan?
Beaver Local. They're a good team this year.
They're a very good team. If they stay healthy, they might be one of those teams that can make a run depending on who they play in regionals. Okay, we're going to the next. Division 4 Northeast 1, Dan.
Okay.
And for this one, the first one up is Fairview, the 15, versus Northwest, the 21.
Yeah, Fairview.
Akron Springfield, the 35, versus Salem, the 8.
Give me Salem.
Salem, I think, has been quietly just beating teams, and doing so in maybe not the flashiest of fashions.
Right.
But they're getting a lot of good wins, so I think this is going to be interesting for them. Orville, the 14th, versus Hubbard, the 26th.
Yeah, Orville.
Orville from district champs to out in the first round, unfortunately for Hubbard. Massillon Tuslaw, the 6th, versus Canton South, the 32.
Yeah, Tuslaw.
Orville, the 14th, versus Tuslaw, the 6th.
Tuslaw.
I have Orville. Let's take a look at this one.
Time for a game breakdown.
Orville, the 9-5-3, beat Marlington 5-1. Only lost to Highland 1-0. Beat Manchester 3-0. Lost to West Holmes, which is an interesting fact. And tied Tuslaw 1-1 in the regular season.
Yeah, they for Tuslaw, they finished the year 13-3-1. They beat Smithville 4-1. They beat Waynedale 4-2. They lost to Chippewa 7-1. They beat Triway 5-0. They act.
You said
Orville-
Norwayne? What was their score in Norwayne?
Did I say Norway?
I might have had it wrong.
Yeah, Waynedale.
Sorry,
4-2.
I was wrong.
They did play Orville twice, and they lost to Orville the one time, and then they tied Orville the second time. They did beat Fairless
What was the score of
lost.
Fairless?
3-1.
Yeah, Fairless here was 1-0. So I think Dan, I'm gonna slide over to yours there. We're gonna say Tuslaw, which then Tuslaw, Salem versus Fairview.
Yeah, Salem.
Salem and Tuslaw in the final.
I'm gonna go Salem here.
I am as well, and I think that's going to be awesome, and I'm happy for Coach Greg Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a very good team, and he's been through
Yeah.
some tough seasons and having a good one this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, girls Division 4 Northeast 3.
All right.
Okay, we are there. Elyria Catholic, the 11 seed versus Brookside, the 28.
Elyria Catholic.
Beechwood, the 13 versus Perry, the 22nd.
The Beechwood Bisons.
Niles, the number 1 seed versus Coventry, 39.
I think McKinley's going to get a skeething, barely come on with like a 10-0 victory by halftime.
Southeast, 18 versus Ravenna, 31.
Yeah, Southeast.
Southeast, one of their best players out for the season with a knee injury. Probably the third time I think that she tore the same ACL or tore a ligament in that same knee.
I remember seeing things about her
Yes,
in the past.
I hope the best for her, but without her, I think they do get the win. But next round they play Niles. Who do you got there? Niles Southeast.
Yeah, Niles.
Elyria Catholic, the 11 versus Beechwood, the 13.
Yeah, Elyria Catholic.
Same, and then Elyria versus Niles.
Niles.
Niles pencil in the Red Dragons' second district title, hopefully for Niles, and the first for Coach Scott McMillan, or maybe the second. I'm not sure. Oh, hey, these ones are. I feel like these ones are a little simpler. I think these all get seeded pretty well.
They do. And I think that it's a little more separated. I think the cream rose to the top in the girls' side more so.
Absolutely. Division 4 Northeast 4. We have Chagrin Falls, the 10 versus Keystone, the 33.
Yeah, we're gonna go Chagrin Falls.
Struthers, the 27 versus Champion, the 17.
Champion.
Woodridge, the 20th versus Manchester, the 23.
I'm gonna say a slight upset here and go Manchester.
You and me both, brother.
How about that?
And then we don't have to do this one because Beloit West Branch versus Crestwood. Crestwood has forfeited already, giving West Branch the win automatically. So, hey, we're 1 for 1.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Chagrin Falls, the 10 versus Champion, the 17.
Chagrin Falls. Sorry, Champion.
I know. Manchester versus West Branch.
West Branch.
West Branch, Chagrin Falls.
Not even close. West Branch.
West Branch. Their team, their defensive set, they're having a historic season.
Yeah, I think this is. You said that no girls team has won a regional game.
They have not gotten past the regional final. Every team has lost in the regional final if they did the
Yeah,
best.
I think these two. I think West Branch and Niles are on a collision course here. And that's going to be I think they play each other, right?
Division 4 Northeast. No, they do not.
Nope, they do not. So
They would, if they can get there. They both play in the regional final.
Yeah, so one of them would have to.
I think that we would have to get a sponsor and go film that one.
Hey, let us know.
Yeah, $200, everybody. Pony it up. No, seriously, if you can, please.
I thought it was $250 anyways.
It might be. We'll double check that.
Yeah.
Next one I have is Northeast 5 Division 4. Sorry, I'm not facing the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Girard, the 16 seed versus Conneaut, the 28.
Yeah, Girard. They've had a somewhat decent year this year.
Coach Dugan Paxson does a great job. Talks so eloquently about the game. Knows a lot about it. I think he gets the best out of his team.
Mm-hmm.
Lakeview, the 4 versus Jefferson Area, the 37.
Lakeview.
Berkshire, the 5 versus Trinity, the 36.
Yeah, Berkshire it is.
All right, so here's where we get interesting. We got 3 local teams coming up. Poland, the 7 versus Girard, the 16.
That'll be Poland,
but I think that's going to be possible PK shootout.
That very well may.
Then Lakeview versus Berkshire. Lakeview, the 4, Berkshire, the 5.
Oh, this is a toss up here. Berkshire is a storied team.
And
Lakeview
Berkshire
coming in.
Berkshire beat Mooney 3-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Berkshire here.
I want to say they tied West Branch. So I am also going Berkshire, but Berkshire versus Poland in the district final.
I'm gonna go Berkshire again.
I am too. I'm sorry, Poland, but they're
it
good.
hurts me to pick against two local teams, Lakeview and Poland, on back-to-back ones, and we're not picking with our heart. We're picking with our brain.
Absolutely, and we're also picking to go to a commercial break. I'm Tim.
And I'm Dan.
And Chris. This is Pitchmen, the Steel Valley Soccer Podcast.
We cover all things high school soccer in the Mahoning Valley.
Catch our episodes on Spotify.
Or visit our website for the skill,
In the back of the net.
the teams,
Mitchell with the shot. Goal! Finds the back of the net.
And the soundboard.
Is the best net. For more information, go to steelvalleysoccer.com. Das Boot.
All right, we're back, and it's Division 5 Northeast 1, Dan. The first play-in game here is Loudonville versus Cuyahoga Heights, 21 versus 24.
I'm going to go with Loudonville just because that's a fun name to say.
You know what, Dan? You swayed me.
That's all it took.
It was a toss-up for me. I had a star next to it that it's tough to pick. But now we got them. It's Loudonville, the 21 seed, versus Columbiana, the 17.
Columbiana it is. I think Columbiana's playing well right now.
I agree. It's Bristol, who I believe is still undefeated, the number 4 seed, versus Crestview, the 27.
It's Bristol, I feel it. But this is going to be... Bristol all the way.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Oberlin, the 14th, versus Mapleton, the 19th.
Oberlin.
Independence, 25, versus Columbia Station, Columbia, the CSC, the number 9 seed.
We're going to go Columbia Station, Columbia.
Yeah, Columbia versus Oberlin.
Oberlin.
Ooh, you have an upset.
Taking an upset.
Time for a game breakdown.
All right, Columbia girls are 11-4-1. Some wins. They beat Oberlin, Keystone, Brookside, Wellington, Open Door Christian, Cuyahoga Heights, Oberlin again, Valley Forge, Wellington, Brookside again. Again, playing twice a year. I feel like that's cheating in the sense of wins.
So you're saying how hard is it to beat a team 3 times in one season? Are we going to go there?
It's difficult to do that when they're two very good teams. But if you're beating a team like Wellington 10-0 and 10-0, wait, this is the same thing. 10-1 and 10-0. You outscored them 20-1, and you're always going to get, because they're in your conference, you're going to get those 2 wins just about every year.
Yeah, I'm talking Oberlin here. Oberlin, my team here, and Oberlin did lose twice in this year to Columbia Station.
Yeah.
So it was 5-3, then 6-1. Those are, I wouldn't say pretty concisive, but pretty concisive games right there.
Columbia,
I'm going to go with you.
All right, and then you got Columbiana versus Bristol to go to that final to meet Columbia. Who do you got?
This one here will be a close game. I think Columbiana's playing, they're peaking at the right time, but Bristol's had a historic year. I'm going to stay with Bristol.
I'm going to stay with Bristol, too. There's a reason they're undefeated. Columbiana doing a great job with Janice and with Anna Clemmer.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think Bristol and Paris make it into the district final against Columbia. However, I have Columbia winning the district championship.
So you got CSC winning the whole thing. I'm gonna go with Bristol here.
All right, let's talk about it.
Time for a game breakdown.
We already talked a little bit about Columbia girls, 11-4-1. Berkshire, they lost 8-1, which is their toughest loss. Every loss after that was like a 2-goal, 1-goal loss, tied Firelands. What do you got for Bristol, Dan?
Bristol's only let in 15 goals all year. They have some pretty handily wins. They beat Harvey 13-2. They beat Badger 3-2. That was a good win there. They tied Columbiana 1-1 earlier in the year. They beat Badger again later on. This is the thing. When you have these teams, smaller teams with Bristol's had a historic, both boys and girls have had historic runs this year.
That's right.
Normally, I don't want to say you rely on a couple players to get you there, but a lot of times, like when you have smaller schools like this running from smaller communities playing against teams that may have I'm not saying that Columbia Station, Columbia's picking, obviously they're the same size school, but I think they're a little bit deeper than Bristol. I think Bristol still has a little bit of magic left in them. Strength of schedule is for sure in Columbia. Station Columbia, 1,000% is in their favor for strength of schedule. I'm going to say because of that, I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah,
because I think a little more battle tested than Bristol is. But I would love. What a great story to be if Bristol ends up winning district.
I agree. This is the one that I hope we're wrong on.
Yeah,
but I do think Columbia's the better.
Whereas in you, I'm just yeah.
All right, we're kind of getting through these. What do we have left? We have 1, 2. We got 3 left, Dan, and then we're going to talk a little bit more at the end of this about certain things in the playoffs. So, we're at Girls Division 5, Northeast 2.
Okay.
Looking away from the mic here.
Of the day.
Rootstown, the 22 seed versus Maplewood, the 33.
Yeah, we're going to go Rootstown.
Rootstown it is. Rootstown, the 22 versus Garfield, the 2020.
I'm going to say this is a good game here. I'm going to say Rootstown again.
I'm going to go Garfield. Let's take a look at this one.
Time for a game breakdown.
All right, so for Rootstown, they ended the year 6-10. They lost to JFK 3-2 in a very close game. They beat Newton Falls. They beat LeBray. They lost to Kirkland 3-1. They lost to Springfield 1-0. Salem they lost 2-0. They beat Lake Center Christian 5-2. Beat Garfield 4-0 earlier.
Yeah, that's the one I must have missed.
Yeah. So I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to stick with Rootstown. I'm not going to feel overly confident about it, but let me hear what you have to say.
No, they beat them, and it's a 4-0 win. It's not a 1-goal win. It's not a tie. They convincingly beat them. I must have missed it. You're absolutely right, Rootstown. Newton Falls 41 versus Norway in the 3.
Norway.
Yeah. The 6. Sorry, that's the 8. The 8 seed Waterloo versus LeBray, the 38.
Yeah, Waterloo's had a good year this year too. We're gonna go Waterloo.
Absolutely. Northwestern, the 35 versus Canton Central Catholic, the 10.
We're gonna go CCC.
All right, so CCC versus Waterloo. Who do you got?
We're gonna go Waterloo again.
All right, Waterloo it is. Then Rootstown versus Norwayne.
Norwayne.
And Norwayne versus Waterloo.
Norwayne.
Norwayne it is. And since we agree, hitting that button a lot. Let's go Girls Division 5 Northeast 3. All right. We got Chippewa, the number 1 seed overall versus Cardinal, the 37.
Yeah, we're going to go Doylestown, Chippewa.
And if they could, that would be done in 5 minutes. Triway from Worcester, the 23 seed versus the 32 seed St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, we'll take Worcester Triway here.
Triway it is. Cornerstone Christian, the 12 versus Smithville, the 26.
Cornerstone Christian.
Rittman, the 39 versus our own United, the 13.
United, the 13.
Friday, the 13. United versus Cornerstone Christian. That's a 13 versus 12.
This is a toss up as well. I'm going to say United on this one.
As am I.
Chippewa. You know, I don't.
No, that's going to be close. I'm going to put PK next week because I have a feeling that's going to be that close. It's going to go to overtime.
All right.
Chippewa versus Worcester Triway.
Yeah, Chippewa.
Chippewa versus United.
Chippewa.
Sorry, United. That ends their season. Chippewa with the win.
They have a chance of going, 10-0
in the district.
Almost all the games in this bracket here.
All right, the very last one, Dan. Last bracket we get to talk about. Girls Division 5 Northeast 4.
All right, let's do it.
Kirtland, the 7 seed versus South Range, the 36. Girls Division 5 Northeast 4. We have Kirtland, the 7 versus South Range, the 36. Kirtland. Badger, the 15 versus Grand Valley, the 28.
I'm going to say Badger.
Pie Valley, the 16. Pymatuning Valley versus Open Door Christian, the 30.
Yeah, PV. We'll go with Pymatuning Valley.
Yeah. Wellington, the 42 versus Warren JFK, the 2.
JFK
versus Pie Valley. JFK.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Kirtland versus Badger.
We're going to go Kirtland.
And Kirtland versus Warren JFK.
That's going to be a good matchup there. I'm going to go I'm gonna go Kirtland just because of the amount, Nadad and Ryan not being able to play, assuming Ryan's not going to play. Although I've been thinking that this whole time they've been out, and JFK's been playing great without those two.
Well, let's go to the tape.
Time for a game breakdown.
Kirtland is 11-6. They beat Open Door Christian. They beat Crestwood, Brooklyn. Let's see if they have any. Rootstown they beat 3-1. They lost to West Geauga, Chagrin Falls, Andrews Osborne. They lost to Mooney 2-0. They have lost what? 5 of their last 6. I know common opponent is Mooney. JFK won 3-1 to their 2-0. In Berkshire, they lost 3-0. They both lost 3-0.
Right. Now Kennedy was.
I'm sorry, not Kennedy. Mooney lost 3-0 to Berkshire.
Kennedy, they were 13-2 on the year. What's crazy is, when did they lose Nadad?
It's a good question.
They haven't lost since then. I can just tell you that right now. They beat Orange. They beat Ursuline. They beat Springfield. They beat Lake Center.
What was the score against Orange?
4-2. That was without Nadad.
And this team here, I'm sorry, Kirtland only beat Orange 1-0 in their most recent game. I'm swaying you, Dan. You're coming over to the dark
You
side.
are.
Hit the button.
JFK it is.
JFK it is. And that's our bracket. So we're gonna talk real quick, but let's go to another and last commercial break.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Epic. Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
All right, let's talk about the things that we have going on for the rest of the season. Obviously, we have our bracket challenge where we're going to see how we do. We're going to have our predictions up on the website in the near future. We're also, at the end of the season, we're going to have our awards finalists that we're going to talk about and discuss at a later date. And we have our submissions for goal of the year or play of the year. Dan, what do you like to see in a play or goal of the year that makes the top 10?
A great individual effort at some point, whether it's the finish, the setup, the team goal. There's many things. It could just be one individual person just doing something amazing and hitting it home, or it could just be like 5 or 6 tic-tac-toe, ticky-tack passes, finding the open net. Like we saw one last night with Mooney and Ursuline boys. Dylan Whetstone hit a back heel to the younger Frangos, who just chipped it so nice and easy over top of Martinucci, the keeper, and in the back of the net. Just a moment of either team brilliance or individual brilliance is what I like to see in a goal of the year nominee.
I agree. I don't know what we're going to do without Michael Daly to be on the receiving end of all these great goals that have happened for somehow he managed to be on.
I know what's going to happen. He's going to enjoy watching this one because he's not going to be in it.
He won't be the number 1 or number 2 anymore. I'm excited to see it. Again, what we look at for player of the game and what we look at for players to watch is the total kind of opposite of what we look for the goal of the year. We look for the team players for that. We look for the people who are doing the dirty work that aren't there just to get the stats, even though stats do help. We're looking for people that are going to succeed at possibly the next level. But our goals of the year is pure crazy skill and individuality.
Right.
Talking about the players to watch, we do have 7. We're contemplating putting an 8th person and having 33 of each, and just have one to have like a floating goalie that plays a half on each side. So get us their resumes. I know the awards are coming out in a couple weeks. I think they're voting on them this weekend, and people kind of know where they stand, so that by the 20th, which is the end date, which is a Monday at 8, people kind of should know what they're getting, and they could put that into their resume, because your resume, we're going to put it up against everybody else, along with some intangibles that we can see in other coaches that we're going to be contacting and ask about your players. So we'll ask the Canfield coach about the Howland players, and we're going to ask the Boardman coach about the Fitch players. We're going to ask that they're your rivals and see who they say they had to scheme for.
Yeah, and things we observe when we go watch a game live isn't just like what you do on the ball, how good you are. We're also looking at your body language, what you do off the ball. Same thing like a college coach looks at when they evaluate players. It's not always like the things like the high level play. It's about how much of a team player are you still trying? Are you still giving full effort? Are you still doing the right things if your team's up by 8 goals or down by 8 goals? Those are all things we look at as well from a personal experience when we're there.
Yeah, and no, I'm excited for the game. That's going to be our next game. 4 games we're going to live stream. That's November 15th, 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. at Hubbard High School. You're going to come pay your money to either see the morning games or the evening games or both. We'll try to get our merch store up and running. You can order stuff there or just go online and get it shipped to your house. Players that make the senior all-star game, we'll have a link on our website like we did last year to order your t-shirt because that's on you. But if you make the showcase game, we buy the t-shirt for you. So there's going to be trivia there. Last year we handed out $100 in gift cards. We're going to have $100 plus. I'm thinking we have 4 leftover free pizzas from Papa John's Pizza. I think we give them to the 4 MVPs of the game along with anything else they might be getting.
Yeah, the selfishness of me says we give them to the boost. We can eat them during the 4 games we're
That's
calling.
not a bad idea either. So,
but I feel like you're making me sound like a dick by saying it now. Though.
We are going to contact over 100 college coaches as we do every year. Each year, more and more are coming in and saying, "Hey, we kind of want to see it live because we don't just want to see the highlights. We want to see what you do on the sideline when there's other really good players around you, maybe that you're not so comfortable with. How do you fit into systems? How do you fit in with others?" Right.
I think last year was Zach Figley from United.
Yep.
Got recruited because of the All-Star game.
So we're always looking. I want to say Jackson Pockinicky from Fitch is in the same boat. Get recruited, committed to Mount Union because he was in the game. Coach Krem saw him and said, "That's my guy."
Yeah. So you're playing for a lot. A lot of times it's your senior's last game, and it is, like you said, it's cool to see the cream of the crop. We know these players, how they do. We know they're good. But it's when you're playing the best of the best and everybody's good, we really find out who really is. There's levels to everything. We find out what the level is during that All-Star game.
And the question I have gotten recently is, why wait until November 15th? Why? Because the state championships are the weekend up until Monday before. And I would never want to deny a player an opportunity to be seen with the best or even have the best there if they're playing in a state championship. I feel like I don't want to detract from that game. And as someone who wasn't allowed to play in my senior all-star game because we were still in the playoffs, we were in a regional final, I would rather not be that way.
Okay. Nice little what a great problem to have.
Well, mic drop there. Anything else on the season? I think this went as smooth as possible. The only problem we've ever had live streaming was the internet box overheating and going out, or my daughter texting me during a game.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy the amount of mistakes that we've made along the way just because we didn't know, and now it's been rectified since then. The internet thing is, anybody sees what we have. We have a little transmitter for hooked up to wireless, AT&T. Started overheating, so Chris Platten bought like a little mini computer fan that it sits on.
God bless him. I still remember the first time we were at JFK in Mooney, and I put it out in the sun thinking, oh, it'll get better reception. And then I'm an idiot. I'm like, no wonder this thing's overheating. I'm overheating in the sun. This thing's a little machine. Yeah. But no, I think that this year went really well. I think that my favorite part in doing this is when I get to run across the field after a game and I tell someone, hey, this is the player of the game, and all their teammates scream their name and they get so excited. They become little kids with huge smiles on their face, and they hopefully enjoy the pizza. I'd love to, if any of the players actually do go and get that pizza, take a picture of it. We'll tag Kyle Betts in it, and it'll be an amazing day.
I agree with you. My favorite part of the day is watching you run over there with you look like Yukon Cornelius from like Rudolph. Yeah, it's funny. You just bring your stuff over there, and you normally you gotta run down the stairs and jump over a fence and run past people who probably want to talk to you, and then a player who just got done playing who's catching his breath. You're like, hey, how you doing? Talk to me. But yeah,
we're both catching our breath at that point. I think I've gained about 10 pounds since the season started with trying to get all this stuff done and just wolfing down food as I go. So if you see me now, hopefully by the time of the game, we'll be in fighting shape, right?
I'll be in shape. I can tell you that.
I wish I could share some criticisms, but most of them are not safe for the podcast. He said some funny stuff off the side. And how many times we mute each other's mic or turn down the volume, and as we go to talk, we're like, "Oh, you dick."
The best part is when you mute his mic, like unbeknownst to yourself.
Yeah. And he gets mad, walks in, hits the button, and goes walking back out.
But what Howard, right?
Yeah, that was perfect. We also want to take this time to thank our sponsors. I think that, being able to do this without them, this wouldn't be a thing. This would have lasted 1-2 years.
Right.
But having the sponsors that we have, making it so that we have our equipment that we can provide for the kids, and this year being the first year we volunteered, the first 5 years, now it's the first year we can put a little bit of, get some gas money back from all the places we've been going, some wear and tear on our cars, some, maybe Benjamin in our pocket for our efforts. So we want to thank them. We want to thank all the athletic directors that everywhere we go, let me scratch that. 98% of the places we go, they're more than happy to have us there to live stream, promote their students, promote their athletes. They really roll out the red carpet, ask us if we need water, if we want snacks, if we, they do a great job all over Trumbull County, Columbiana, Mahoning.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's unfortunate that at 2% you're talking about, because it's not even the schools; it's just it's a body overseeing it. I feel bad for those schools that aren't able to have us come talk to them. Broadcast.
And luckily, we were able to kind of finagle something in an away game. So, anything else, Dan, that we're missing at the end of the year here that we need to do?
No, just good luck to all the teams this year. Hopefully, you represented our area great during the regular season. Hopefully, it continues into the playoffs.
No, I want nothing more than to see our teams playing in the regional finals and going to state, and to see a girls team finally do that, I think would be awesome.
It would be awesome. And the last thing I have to say about this too is, if we picked against you to lose, it's nothing personal, but what I want you to do is prove us wrong.
Absolutely. We've been wrong before, once or twice.
Yeah, we try our best.
And we've lived by our motto. We tried our best.
Yep.
All right, Dan. For Tim Walsh, Dan Conley, Steel Valley Soccer. Hopefully this gets out in time before the first round of playoff games. But check our website, steelvalleysoccer.com. And other than that, we'll see you at the state championship.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Pitchmen, a Steel Valley Soccer production. Email us at steelvalleysvs@gmail.com to give suggestions, corrections, or any comments you want us to hear. For more information, go to steelvalleysoccer.com.